came in XRP crypto. Brad Carlin has accidentally leaked XRP's $100 future. Let's check that out. I really like these videos overall.
House has unleashed the floodgates for XRP in this interview at the banking summit, and not a single person has noticed.
I mean, XRP pretty much is pushing for $100 through utility. That's what I like to see. So if we have like, $3 right now, if it's $30, that's a 10x. And $30, $20, it's not that insane. It's basically if Bitcoin goes to $1 million, then XRP is going to follow with it, right? It's going to take over what Bitcoin's market cap is now today.
Also have a mysterious document from the United States government on XRP.
My name is Brad Garlinghouse. I'm the CEO of Ripple. Ripple has approximately 900 employees across our 15 offices worldwide. We were founded.
That's what I was watching also live. Ripple's mission, this was live with the government. That's what I wanted to add. This is talking to the government, and a lot of people agreed with him. They're live on air.
More than a decade ago with a mission to enable the Internet of Value, a world where money moves like information does today.
Think of how many billionaires were watching this.
We build software products that power cross-border payments, stablecoins, and digital custody. Ripple helps financial institutions reduce friction, unlock efficiencies, and serve their customers better. These are not abstract concepts. We work every day with banks that rely on our technology to deliver real results in the global economy. Ripple leverages the XRP ledger, a decentralized, battle-tested, open-source blockchain, as well as its native digital asset, XRP, to facilitate payments. XRP is built to enable fast, low-cost, and highly scalable transactions.
So institutional adoption of XRP is actually happening faster than that of Bitcoin. So we can see here, institutional adoption of XRP is currently happening faster than that of Bitcoin, primarily due to XRP's specific utility in financial infrastructure. XRP's design is to focus on enabling fast, low-cost cross-border transactions, making this a preferred choice for financial institutions and also just companies in general. What this allows is for companies to have liquidity and also revenue. When they use Bitcoin, it slows down the process and can actually hurt the company. So when companies use Bitcoin, they're actually using it as a store of value. But if companies want to scale their business, they use the XRP ledger. What he says next makes everything make sense.
From the start,
So yeah, Bitcoin is always going to be known, to not have extra added utility. But during the bear markets, that utility really comes in handy because Ripple will not be forced to sell its tokens if they have all these bank partnerships and the income from bank partnerships. It's not going to force them to have to sell their own XRP. That's the thing. They had to sell the XRP for the lawsuit. They don't have to do that anymore, which in turn creates bigger markets, right? It makes total sense.
Made the deliberate choice to work with policymakers and regulators, not around them.
He's basically saying he wants to go fully legal with crypto or their own coin, XRP, Ripple. They want to go even public, which means you have to have all the documents open.
We have taken a compliance-first approach, operating with over 60 payment, service, crypto, and money transmitter licenses domestically and globally. With regard to the topic of this hearing, we believe smart legislation should be based on several core principles. Consumers need protection from fraud and scams. Markets need proper oversight. Bad actors need to be kept in check. And innovation must thrive. A constructive and workable framework for digital assets and stablecoins that achieves these goals will expand access to financial markets, create jobs, strengthen the economy, and put the U.S. on the path to being a global blockchain and crypto leader. For the last decade, the legal and regulatory uncertainty surrounding crypto has prohibited meaningful progress in the US.
I'm going to explain to you why XRP can reach $100 by 2030, and this is a conservative estimate. We know the SEC case was holding XRP down, but now that's out the way.
And also, yeah, a lot of it was available and was bought up by whales. That's the thing. So much was bought up by whales. We are now finally seeing XRP going back up, which is absolutely amazing. I'm really happy to hear that. We do have more, available updates now as well, more utility than we even have before the lawsuit. So back then it was uncertain. Now a lot of people are calling for 1 million Bitcoin is bound to happen. It's like almost guaranteed. Again, Not financial advice, but a lot of these billionaires are saying for 1 billion Bitcoin. What happens when Bitcoin reaches 1 billion? The whole markets follow.
Opens the floodgates for so much more.
200 billion, and they haven't had that DeFi moment yet. And I think this is the first time I'll say it, but I think XRP is heading to $1,000 by 2030. So for me, it's, a super important project, and actually probably one of the most important projects out there at the moment.
Okay, so this guy thinks XRP can go to $1,000. I personally do not think that's going to happen by 2030, but it is possible way out in the future. And the reason as to why he's
$1,000 is going to be hard. But the thing is, XRP burns on the XRP ledger. When more banks started using it, we will get also more coin burns. That's the difference. This is a very strong price point a lot of people don't understand. Is the power of burns can literally lower supply, which in turn, with more demand, you have like supply going down, price going up. It's that simple because there's less supply of XRP. And it depends how much we get burns, but that is definitely going to help XRP reach $100. It worked with other coins.
Stated XRP did not have its DeFi moment yet is because XRP had years of court. Essentially what Brad Garlinghouse is saying. Okay, so how do we come to a $100 valuation for XRP? At current day, XRP's market cap is sitting at $174 billion. Now, the current platform that the banks are using is a Swift value transfer system. And on this system, $5 trillion in transactions per day are performed, which equates to about 1.25 quadrillion annually based on around 250 business days. So this is just the banking system. Brad Garlinghouse has stated by the year 2030, he believes that XRP will take over at least 14% of Swift's payment system. And that would equate to about $1 trillion in transactions per day on just the XRP ledger. And this is specifically for banks. Now imagine if every company got integrated into the XRP ledger.
Ripple was the tip of the...
So I don't think every company will get integrated XRP ledger. They cannot handle that yet. But XRP taking even 40% of Swift, that is major supply burn. Probably millions being burned every single month. Just let that sink in. And yeah, banks are, the main burner here, but there's probably going to be other transactions, payments for employees on that ledger.
This regulation by enforcement campaign, and was subject to an enforcement action in 2020. We were the first leading U.S. company to be sued by the SEC. We and many others understood that a loss here would be a death knell for the industry. Fortunately, after 4 years of a hard-fought legal battle, we prevailed. The court ruled in our favor on everything that mattered, including finding that the token XRP is not, in and of itself, a security. Our victory cleared the path for other market participants to fight back. Despite these headwinds, Ripple still prioritizes education and engagement with policymakers and regulators globally. For companies to have the confidence to continue doing business in the United States, Congress should focus on passing principled and smart legislation with these critical goals in mind. First, set clear jurisdictional boundaries for our main financial regulators. Second, establish pathways for companies to build in the U.S. without sacrificing investor or consumer protections. And third, ensure that the U.S. can be a global leader in crypto by taking full advantage of the benefits and efficiencies brought by digital assets and blockchain technologies. The U.S. possesses the world's deepest capital markets, the most advanced technical talent, and a spirit of innovation that has powered our nation since its founding. There is no reason we should not be the undisputed leader in digital assets and blockchain. Over 55 million Americans participate in the crypto economy today, equating to over a $3.3 trillion market cap. A smart regulatory framework for crypto market structure is essential to realize that future and is overdue. Speaking on behalf of the crypto industry, I urge you to prioritize the passage of market structure legislation for digital assets through this committee and the full Senate, to provide the rules and regulations needed to ensure that the U.S. becomes the crypto capital of the world. Once market structure legislation for digital assets becomes law in the United States, this will catalyze a new era of U.S. competitiveness and unlock efficiencies in financial transactions, dramatically helping consumers and businesses alike. Ripple hopes to see this become a reality, and we look forward to working with you to help make this happen.
So he's basically inviting governments to work with Ripple, which is like a very, very nice work overall. Literally what he's saying, you can work with us if you want, on live, on air.
To your questions.
So the floodgates for XRP have been opened. The Genius Bill has been passed, which is establishing a legal framework for all cryptocurrencies. And this is something that's going to span on for several years as they continue to revise it and adapt it, allowing America to have a foothold in crypto. And this is everything that XRP needs. But things are about to get a lot more interesting. So an unknown document has been revealed showing that the United States of America has already patented XRP and has classified it as a payment method for financial services.
I feel like it's pretty clear that they're going to be using XRP in some way. And they made it very vocal, but nobody's talking about this part. Like, if we are having this type of news and it's not even announced yet, this is probably not yet priced in. Like, when XRP is ready, they're going to probably announce this, but this was registered in 2013 with the United States. That's why they needed to not be a security, because everything would fail if they lost the lawsuit.
So if we look at this document, the main thing that stands out is this section over here. So this patent came out and was registered on December 31st of 2013. And at that time, XRP was going by the name of OpenCoin, and it states for financial services, very important financial services, namely providing secure payment options to members of an online community via a global computer network through the use of traditional currency and virtual currency in class 36. So it's not just a patent for the name, it's a patent for its use case. And this is just now surfacing. So the floodgates for XRP are opening, and things are about to change very quickly. Also, make sure that you guys join BTCC to earn free XRP. So if you deposit...
So I feel like you get the point across. XRP has some aces up its bag, if I can say it like that. You know, even millionaires are talking about XRP. Of course, they know what's about to happen. We saw it many, many years ago when the bank transfers were so expensive, like $30 for a bank transfer. That's the thing that XRP is trying to solve. It's not trying to push the banks out. It's trying to work with them and show them the new path. XRP